What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we are gonna be going over the markets. Glad you could join me today. Make sure you take a second out, smash that thumbs up, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the video. As I've been talking about, we will start doing live streams in the near future, within the next couple weeks, hopefully, where we'll go over viewers' choice of whatever chart you want to look at. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if that sounds good to you. Let's get into the charts. Let's see what's going on. I know, so I put on the thumbnail, you'll notice the hashtag, which means biggest money grab in history. I've been talking about this for a long time. It's getting exciting. I know a lot of people think it's doom and gloom, but actually it is probably the biggest opportunity in our lifetime. If markets crash, like I suspect they're going to, it is going to be huge. You could pretty much buy anything when everybody else thinks the world is ending, the market's crashing, it's over. That is the time to get in for generational wealth. And that, by generational wealth in the markets, I mean all of them. If this happens, remember, none of this is financial advice, but we could be seeing a crash that will just blow people's minds. Again, I think it is a great opportunity to get into the markets if this happens, to get generational wealth, for it to go up for decades. Doesn't mean it's going to go to new all-time highs anytime soon, but if you would have got in at the bottom of, like, let's say the Great Depression, right, when it went down dramatically quickly, but it took multiple decades to get to new all-time highs, right? So, but at that whole time, people that were in way up at top, towards the top, even halfway up, they were at a loss for decades. The people that got in at the bottom just made gains forever. So let's take a look at what's going on. If this sounds good, make sure you take a second out. It really helps the algorithm. The more you smash that thumbs up and the more comments you leave below, really helps the channel out. So let's see what's going on. All right, this is the Dow Jones, right? This is the one I've been showing, biggest money grab in history. We've been talking about this for almost 2 years now. What I'm looking for, if we break up past the high here, that invalidates all this, but let's see what's going on right now. So I had been talking about this trend line right here. The Dow closed above it yesterday. We're still playing on it, but the more it gets hit, the weaker it gets. And what's the measured move if this breaks on the Dow? We take the widest point of the triangle right here. And like I said, I will start doing some tutorial videos soon that will be free on the channel, especially for the members, for the membership down below. It's like $3 or $5. I don't even remember. It's like next to nothing, but that just helps with my time to make the videos, right? I'm not charging hundreds of dollars or even tens of dollars like a lot of these people. So anyways, seeing what's going on here, the measured move gets us down to about 27.7. If that breaks, we could be going down much lower, guys. Be careful here. I know everyone's extremely bullish, screaming for a melt up. Just be cautious. I really don't think these markets are going to continue higher. They all topped out way back in November 21. In my opinion, we talked about that. Get bear market rallies, and only for a continuation of the downside. The higher they got in this rally, the lower they go, in my opinion, right? So what's the number we're looking for? We're watching this rising channel here. If we break the, let's say 17, around the 14.6, 14.7 on NASDAQ, right? This is the weekly. My target's around 20 or 12.5 for the first support. Once that breaks, it could get very ugly very quickly. So be careful. I think we go way lower. So taking a look at the S&P, same thing, rising channel. We are creating, if we look at this high to this high, right here, this is this high. We're making higher highs in the RSI. Lower highs in the price action, hidden bearish divergence in a downtrend. If we do pass this 42.24 point, looking for 37.35, and then of course all the way down to these levels, if not worse, 27.18, 2,718 range. If we do break that, it is very bad for crypto and all markets. DXY, you guys know I've been super bullish on the DXY, and here are my targets, and here's why. The dotted trend line falling wedge right here. We take a measured move at the widest point of the wedge. We bring it up to where it broke. That gets us up to, let me put that back on there. That gets us up to approximately 109, right? I do think it'll go much higher than that, although I don't think it's going to be in one candle. But let's take a look at some other targets here. We could look at the white falling wow, guys, bear with me, literally. So looking at this as the white trend line here, let me thicken this one up so you can see what I'm talking about. Charts are a lot more simple than people like to put out there, especially the people trying to sell you indicators and all that, right? The best indicator, in my opinion, is simply the RSI, right? So measuring the widest point of the white wedge to where it broke out here, that gets us up to around 115. Now, if we go into the smaller area yesterday, if you watched yesterday's video, I showed you this bull flag here and the measured move being this being the flagpole. Let me zoom in so you can see it. This being the flagpole here, this being the flag for the breakout, which we broke out, gets us up to approximately 105.5 to 105.6. Now you may see some resistance there. We're seeing resistance right now on the, let me show you. This is our fib level 0.382. If we can get above this 105 and hold support, which again, we will probably get up here, get rejected, bounce, maybe play around in here for a little while before continuing up. And then our next resistance is around this 106, 107 range, depending on when it gets to this trend line. Once we break above that, hold support, then we start looking for the 109. We break that, start looking for 115. And I have much, much higher targets for the DXY. Remember, in the biggest money grab in history, right? What do smart people do? The people that understand markets, they get into the dollar because stocks, crypto, everything else, value will go down. Dollar goes up. And then when the stocks and crypto, everything else gets super low, then they take that high value dollar and roll it back over into the stocks, ride it up while the dollar goes back down. This happens over and over and over throughout history. All you have to do is look at the charts, use some common sense, and you can figure it out. I do think we have much, much lower to go in the markets. I do think DXY is going to go much, much higher. And although they're going much lower, getting in up high, like, you know, back about $30, $40, $50,000 Bitcoin, you could be sitting in that for a long time at a loss or just waiting to break even if my theory is correct. So let's take a look at the weekly on Bitcoin, looking at this as a falling wedge, A, B, C, D, looking for E. My target has been since December 2nd, 2021. You can watch my videos. Has been 3,700 to 9,700 right here. That's still where I believe we are going to be headed. We do have this 32.9. That would invalidate the next chart I'm going to show you. But if you look at the MACD here, every time we have these big MACD crosses, just signifies a top, right? A lot of people are saying we made a higher high here. We did not. Unless you're looking at the smaller. Here's our last high. We made a lower low right here after our high. You can't count this one after our high, right? Made a lower low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Now we go for another lower low, in my opinion. All right. Taking a look at this is on the daily. So let me just show you real quick. Is this one in there? Okay, let me show you this real quick. We'll go to the weekly right here also. And just to show you what I'm talking about for the other count, right? That's this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This count gets invalidated if we break 1, which we have not, right? So we still have further down to go. Let's look at where we're at with our fibs here. We're getting support on the 25,600 range, which is the 0.382, which is also the 200 EMA right here. Once we break below this EMA on the weekly and close, open and close, preferably a candle under that. But even if we close, I would be suspect of this going down to the next fib, 23.6. Then we have 21.7. Then we have 19.9. Once we break this low, I think capitulation will begin. Let's take a look at the daily here and focus just on the rising broadening wedge here, right? We came back up and retested it over here. What's the measured move of that? Well, you take a measured move from the widest point of this wedge, right? And we bring it down to where it broke. What's that get us? Right around that 97. It actually gets us around 10,500, somewhere in that range. Either way, I still believe we are going to see a under $10,000 Bitcoin. Even if we don't, if you wanted to start buying around the lows here, that's on you, right? I tell you guys what I'm doing, what I'm looking at. We've been correct this whole cycle on this. Timing a little off here and there, but nevertheless, these targets I have here were made way up here, guys. Above 55,000, we made these targets that we nailed. They've been here since way over here, right? These were the two false bottoms I was looking for. 97. And if you're wondering what a false bottom is, stick around. I'll show you in the charts after we look at Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP, which is coming, and BNB. Don't forget BNB. So anyways, we got our bounce here. False bottom, 100% rally, what we've been looking for, and then continuation down. And why am I looking for that? I'll show you towards the end in the charts. All right, we're going to go into the 4 hour, but before we do, quick word from my sponsor, Prime XBT. Link is down below. If you guys want to get into trading, definitely check them out. They have a lot of good stuff on their platform. You can trade a lot of different assets, crypto, whatever you'd like. Check them out. Use my promo code SAVVY50 to get you up to a $7,000 bonus, SAVVY25 to get you 25% off your fees. Definitely check them out. And here is a quick word from them.
Begin your path to financial freedom. Gain up to a $7,000 bonus on us. Register and use promo code. Deposit and enjoy a 7% bonus. Available now. Link in the description.
All right. So here is Prime. You can go up into the contest section right here and join free trading competitions. So you can get familiar with the platform without putting in any risk. And you can also win tradable funds on there and keep the profits from the tradable funds after you win a contest. So definitely check them out. You could trade Forex, crypto, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything all from one exchange. You can have multiple trades in, so you can hedge your own trades. Great platform, guys. Check it out. And let's see the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, remember this 31.5? We talked about that way down here when this broke. I've put that little short video out in my Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you've seen it. But we did this way back in like February, I think it was. I said if we hit 31.5, we'd short the crap out of it. And that's exactly what we hit. Now let's zoom in here and see what we're doing. Here's that 0.382 fib at 25.6 that we're still playing with and flirting with. I think it's getting weaker and weaker by every bounce here. Once we break through this with conviction, your next fib level is going to be 23.6. And then, of course, the 0.618 at 21.7. But I think it could go much lower than that. We'll watch this white trend line here. It's around 22.5. Expect a bounce if we do get down to this level. I don't think it'll hold. Might bounce all the way back up to that 25.6. Who knows? I'll be keeping you updated on this channel. But we can also look at the RSI here. We broke down here. Retest and continuation to the downside. And what else can I point out here? Let me show you. So if we go from this high to this high, we made a higher high in the RSI, right? Lower high in the price action. What is that? Hidden bearish divergence. What is hidden divergence? A continuation of the trend. What is the trend? Down. Hopefully you guys learn from this stuff. My main goal in here isn't to tell anyone what to do. It's to show you how to read the charts and read markets and have some confidence in the markets you're looking at. B&B, I've showed you guys this. Patterns are crazy, guys. They tell a lot before any news comes out. But B&B is in massive trouble. I've been talking about this for a long time, for 7-8 months. Well, November. So a long time is when I posted this chart in my first video warning people of Binance, right? So let's look at where we're at. So this chart here is just zoomed in right here on this little part. Let's get into that. We got our bounce at 202 that we were expecting, right? Once this breaks again, look for 148. Once 148 breaks, we look for around 67. If 67 breaks, Binance is done, in my opinion. XRP, playing out beautifully. This white trend line where I put the X. Told you guys, this is just a hype coin, and the hypes are getting less and less powerful. This thing is done, in my opinion. Not to say you won't get bounces and be able to trade it, but unless we break back above this, let's see, it'd have to break above $1 before I would even consider this thing not being dead, right? So be careful there. Ethereum, we're still looking for the same areas. We have this VRVP at 1577. Once that breaks, look for 1436. Once that breaks, 926. Once that breaks, 280, possibly as low as 114. And Litecoin, we are hovering on our trend line right here. Once this breaks and we open and close a daily below here, our next support is going to be the VRVP at 53. And then we have our target at 23. And we have another target here at 15. If that breaks, it could go way lower. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you think is going on in the crypto markets. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Either way, all I'm trying to do is give you another view, because if you watch anybody else, 99% of YouTubers and Twitter accounts are just screaming up only. Why? Because they get a lot more reactions and they get a lot more views telling people that you're just going to get rich easy. That's not how markets work, guys. I do make these videos to try to help people stay calm and look at what's really going on. I don't really care about the news. I think it's all baked into the charts. So anyways, check out the videos above. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video. Get it out there. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.